live automatically. It went
I'm
live.
gonna be honest too.
Hey,
Like,
Shemai, we're live.
Oh shit.
Set that up.
Well, good. Y'all heard it first. Fuck the black bitch.
You
We can have it.
Not at all.
when did we up?
I
right.
just wanted to say
Good evening.
What's the title again? Black what?
Orchestrated, Blackouts, and Civil War.
Orchestrated.
Can we get that screen up? I just went live too.
Press.
Hey, Shemai, brothers, we going live.
We live.
Give us a second, Shalom. Somebody double check GMS Chicago on air live. Make sure that we got good sound and picture.
Yeah.
We good? Oh shit. We'll be good for long.
Perfect right there.
Yeah, I was watching Civil War again last night. It was the bootleg version, but
See that on?
yeah, but what are you doing?
Fuck you.
Keep my hands, feet, myself.
Hey, come on, we're live. Come on in. And you want me to
Come on,
Kunas, come over here.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just in group meeting.
It's
Kunas.
Yeah, Benji said that.
there was a video in the hold on, I'm trying to find this thing.
Give us a second. We about to
Yeah.
start.
It's kind of happened abruptly, so Salakia.
Yeah, I was not trying to press play, but Spirit's like, that's that Diddy. I did. Play. I got jokes.
Okay. Yeah, this whole thing about these, all of a sudden, you got all these people talking about blackouts, EMP equipment being moved.
Yeah.
You know, it's like all of a sudden, and it really sounds to me, you know, and I believe that that this is gonna be set up from the inside. And they're gonna blame it on the outside entity. But first and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash.
Double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops. Salutations to all our fellow laborers doing this work with truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more so than ever. 144,000, right? And the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth among the heathen that look like those heathen, the Israelite foreigners. This is not a black thing. And to the few akwaf that are listening and learning, we say shalom. We're just gonna jump right into it. Because these people are getting desperate. They're being called out and pointed out on so many things, and we're all very well aware at this point that Esau causes his own calamities. What is that? Order Abkale, what is it? Problem, action, solution, with the Hegelian dialect or something like that they call it, and that's exactly what I believe that they're about to do. They're about to pull another incident and blame it on somebody else so that they have reason to move forward, and do what they're gonna do. So if somebody could get real quick, get 2nd Ezra 9.
I got it. Oh, you want to start at the top?
Started 1 through like 6. About shut.
Con. This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 9, verse 1. It says, "He answered me then, and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath the end, for all that is made in the world hath the beginning and the end is manifest. Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works and endings and effects and signs." And that's what we're seeing today. These effects and signs. The scriptures talk about, hey, you know that summer is not. When you see all the buds on the trees coming, you know that summer is not. Those are the effects and signs to show you that summer is not. So then it says, so likewise, when you see these particular things, know that it's the Lord's coming. You see, and the things that's going on in the world today, and some things that we're going to touch on through the Spirit, these are the signs of the coming of our Lord and Savior, man. So you can straighten up and fly right, man. Get yourself together and be unified with the mindset of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, because that's only who he's coming to save. Everybody that was, he says, hey, if you're not with me, you against me.
That's right, brother.
And he said, it is better that a millstone, all right, was hanged upon your neck, man.
Yeah, the Lord is only coming for his elect.
That's it.
You know?
I got scripture to back you up, yeah.
Yep.
Because what you just said and whatnot, you said that these are the signs and things of this nature. And who is he going to have speaking those signs?
His prophet.
His prophets.
That's it.
So this is Ezekiel 12, I'm going to start 21. And the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, what is that proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying the days are prolonged and every vision faileth? Tell them therefore, thus says Yahweh power, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel. But say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision. For and we know vision was what? A seer, and a seer goes back to being a prophet as well. Okay? For there shall be no more any vain vision or flattering divination within the house of Israel. For I am Yahweh, I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass. So the prophets are going to speak. They're going to either be saying something that's still in the book as a prophecy that's come to pass, or they're going to be reporting it as it's happening as a news reporter, linking it back to the prophecy that was written thousands and thousands of years beforehand anyway.
That's it. That's what heralds do. The prophets are heralds, man.
Hear ye, hear ye.
And watchers and heralds. We watch, and then we see whatever the Lord tells us in secret, we proclaim on the rooftops.
Yeah, what's that game? When they run around finding stuff, and the dude was climbing all over the place. The assassin thing.
Okay,
Assassin's Creed.
I used to watch my son play Assassin's Creed, and there was a dude that was standing, a herald was standing in the street and spread propaganda. The dude would be, you could go up and pay the dude, and he changed the story. You know, I was like, wow, man.
Yeah.
All right, but right here, this is from End Time Headline, and this is I think they're on Instagram and on TikTok. But it says, Biden administration warns U.S. ports to prepare for cyber attacks as nationwide infrastructure is targeted. So how, it's like Pop said. Look, America kicked off with a false flag event. All right? It was called the Boston Tea Party.
That's right, brother.
All right? They destroyed some stuff, all right, and then blamed it on the natives. All right? And we still to this day don't know how many natives died as a result of that lie.
That's right.
You know how they were targeted, and that's exactly what this man does. There was an event that took place I think it was in Florida at a nightclub, and that's to go to show you how ruthless this man is. There was an event that took place in a Florida nightclub where some guy, went into a club and unalived a lot of people, and they served so many benefits. You know how they say don't let a good crisis go to waste, because now they were able to target actual legal gun owners, and they want to take away all the ARs and any semi-automatic, anything that can hold over a certain amount of rounds or can fire over and over without cocking and reloading.
Right.
They want to get rid,
Military
and then of course they had the dude interviewed the dude in the hospital, the Ephraimite dude, and in the video, I think he had a cast on one hand, but the next video was on the other hand. It's just they just got caught in so many lies, and it turned out. And I was trying to find the video, so I could actually play it. But make the long story short, it turns out that it wasn't an attack on the alphabet people at all. It was a dude that was either from Iran or Iraq, and he targeted the place simply because he wanted to lash out at Americans for the oppression that was being done to his people. All right, and so they completely swept it under the rug. And what they don't like to acknowledge is that this administration and the one before it and the one before it and the one before it have committed so many heinous, hateful acts toward other people. All right, and then you have citizens of those lands that live here in this land that haven't forgotten.
Period.
Or they came here and grew up here with their whole intent was looking for the day that they can get some get back. All right, you know, it's funny how Israel has the right to defend itself, but no one else does. All right, you know, I just find that very interesting that they have the right to defend themselves even when they're not being attacked, you know, but anyone else defends themselves, they're labeled the T word.
Hey, what do they do?
You know, hypocrisy.
Yeah.
The hypocrites.
To the max.
Yeah, what do they do with them guys that was part of the so-called Gestapo that supposedly did all the rounding up and all that other stuff and
they chased them down and they were you know taking 90-year-old Nazi officers and supposed former German soldiers. You rounded them up from all over the world in wheelchairs with oxygen can and hauling them in to put them in prison for the rest of their lives. And they already got 1.5 foot in the grave already anyway.
Right.
You know,
exactly.
Put them in for 2 minutes.
That's it, basically. That's all they got. 2 minutes to work the life still in.
you know,
Right.
and then that's another thing. It's funny that you mentioned that because I was just talking about that with somebody. It was either earlier today or yesterday. How because the number is changing, so I'm gonna go with the lower number. Supposedly about 80 to 79 million people died during World War II, but for some strange reason, only 6 million matter.
Right.
Wow.
79 million people died, horrific, horrible deaths, painful deaths, starvation, shot, blown up, tortured, whatever. 79 million, but only 6 million matter. All right, so. So the other 73 million, fuck them. Their lives
They don't count.
They don't
Right,
count.
they
Their
don't
lives
count.
were worthless. That's what these people are.
Right.
So I'm gonna play a video. All right, just to give you an example of the hypocrisy, man. I should have, and I meant to bring my little speaker, and I forgot it.
I can put it if you send it to me. I can put it on the.
All right, but then that's what I'll do. I'll send it to you, brother. But basically, it's of a man. He's in a C19er meeting, and he's pointing out, and everything he's speaking is related to the C19er event and everything that took place in this town hall meeting or whatever it was, and they were trying to silence him because he was giving up all the names of all the people who made the decisions, and that's also. This same group of people was trying to say, oh, he's out of order. Oh, that's oh, you're being racial or whatever. They were trying to complain and shut him up. But the person in control kept saying, no, he's not being derogatory. It's okay to say that word. He didn't say it in a bad way. Let him speak. And he's like, yeah, because it's all related to the subject matter. So let me pull it up real quick. Let me send it to you, brother.
Okay.
Because it's a very powerful. Video. He went in on them, and they didn't like it. There's a certain group of people that wear small hats that don't like, when they get exposed.
Oh, Shirley Temple Curl.
The curly fries.
Yeah, those dudes.
That I don't like.
Yeah, just sent it to you, brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah. Okay, you sent it to me on Instagram.
I
Right?
sent it on, because that's why I got it on.
No, they got perfect. I'm going to.
Yeah, he lit their ass up. And you can hear them trying to complain, and you can hear whoever Jennifer is, he's like, I love you, Jennifer. Because Jennifer keeps, when they try to counsel him, Jennifer had the ultimate authority on who gets to speak. So she kept telling all them, all the small hats to shut up and let them speak. So kudos to Jennifer, whoever she is.
That's right.
That's right.
Because, real quick before, why he's finally to get 2 Thessalonians 2:8. All right, because these people are being found out, man. All these events, and then when you speak against these, when you bring out information, they want to call you conspiracy theorists.
Of course.
And, that's their favorite word. They love that one, or the anti-word,
Right.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 7. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work, Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
Go ahead and break it down, brother.
Yeah, it say, and then shall the wicked be revealed. Going back to Malachi 1:4, the wicked is Esau Edom, the self-proclaimed white man. Because he's not white, he's red.
That's
You
right.
place that white label upon him, man. All right? And it says, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. Going back to the prophets, he's been found out, he's been destroyed. His image has been destroyed, it says in Jeremiah, man. The Lord is making him bare, man. Right? And shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Because eventually, once the Lord comes on the scene, he's going to be physically taken out of power. Right now, he's being brought up on charges. He's been shown to be fraudulent. All right? And he can't hide himself anymore. So now, once the Lord finishes charging him to the prophets, he's going to be totally destroyed, man.
That's right. Go ahead and break it down, brother.
Con. Verse 9. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders.
And lying wonders. That will be his technology, man.
Yep.
Right? The Lord, the Lord, and the crazy thing, you think about a lot of the technology that Esau uses was made by Jake anyway.
That's right.
Esau just got control over it.
And all the
All
patents.
right, including the most of the stuff we're using right now. They love to bring up, Microsoft, Bill Gates, Bill Gates. What was the other dude?
Jobs.
Steve Jobs. All right, but when you wouldn't have an internet without Jacob. You wouldn't have. As a matter of fact, the most used app every day, which is that GPS global positioning.
And that's
that was
that
created
Jake
by a
woman.
so-called black woman.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
black
Right.
woman.
There's nothing that's used more than that. Every day, all day long. All right, people are using GPS when they're driving. All right, the app drivers, the
Lyft and Uber.
the Lyft and Uber, the trucking, whatever it is, man.
Oh,
Somebody just on a road trip, they're all using it. But then it's funny because the Edomite will fix their lips to say something stupid like that our people have
Contributed nothing.
contributed nothing. Yeah, shut your stupid ass up.
Well, if you look at Jake and technology, Jake is really the only ones that's creating technology to advance society.
That's it.
Esau creates technology to destroy society.
This
That's
is true.
that's what he is.
The one Nigerian, he just made a car that can run off water, stuff like that.
That's
That's
old.
another. I know it's old, and he gonna die because every time they do, whoever invent one, they get killed.
They disappear, and
Disappear.
then you never hear about their
Inventions.
their technology anymore either.
Mhm.
Right?
It's another dude who been who they almost killed a couple times. He's developed a device to where it runs off the radio waves in the atmosphere. So he figured out how to pull the energy from the radio waves and make electricity. And
That's cold. Electricity's in the air.
It's in the trees. Did you see that? I just sent you the other day?
Yeah, man.
You can actually take in the daylight between anytime between morning and night in the daylight, you can tap a tree and they have electricity in the trees and do
It's
some.
photosynthesis.
Well, they even show you that. Look, they even show you that in the Matrix movies. We're electric. We have electricity in us. They were using us as battery power to power their machines.
Yeah.
But you got it. Pull that video up real quick.
I have it, but I can't play it here because they want me to sign in. I don't even know when my login. I got it here, so we can hear it.
Okay, con.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, one second.
Yeah, man.
Who was in charge of the CDC that was controlling and telling our government to shut down small businesses and what they recommend for the mandates and the vaccine and Pfizer and all? At the time when COVID was being enacted, I'm going to read off the staff of who was in charge of this CDC. The director of the CDC was Rochelle Walensky, dual citizenship with Israel. She's a Jew. Deputy director of the CDC, Ann Shawalchi, dual citizenship with Israel, Jew. CDC chief of staff, Sherry Berger, dual citizenship with Israel, Jew. CDC chief medical officer, Mitchell Wolf, dual citizenship with Israel, Jew. CDC director of the Washington office. This is pertinent to the topic. We're talking about COVID, right? Yeah. This is pertinent to COVID. So I love you, Jennifer. Yeah, please. So, director of the CDC of the Washington office, Jeff Resnick, dual citizenship with Israel, Jew. COVID czar, Jeff Zaitz, dual citizenship with Israel, Jew. COVID senior advisor, Andy Slavitt, dual citizenship with Israel, Jew. Assistant of Health Secretary for Human Services for our country, the Assistant of Health Secretary, Rachel Levine, transgender, dual citizenship with Israel, yes, Jew.
I ask that you hold off, Christopher.
Ma'am, I'm almost done. Mr. Firewood, the chair has ruled that your comments are out of order. She's asked you to stop.
We're gonna do it in the same
The
lane.
chair has...
You said Jew. There's nothing wrong with Jew. It's not derogatory.
Exactly. Okay, we'll keep on going. Head of Pfizer vaccines, Albert Bourla, dual citizenship with Israel, Jew. Pfizer chief scientist, Michael Dostin, dual citizenship with Israel, Jew. Moderna chief scientist, Paul Zacks, dual citizenship with Israel, Jew. BlackRock, everyone know BlackRock? BlackRock CEO, Larry Fink, dual citizenship with Israel, Jew. I say we're willing to sacrifice our ego, our reputation, and our lives. Yes, ma'am, and I love you, and I appreciate your patience. BlackRock president, Rob Capitow, dual citizenship with Israel, Jew. The CDC chief medical officer of Johnson & Johnson, Joanne Waldstreicher, dual citizenship with Israel, Jew. Chief medical officer of Merck, Michael Rosenthal, dual citizenship with Israel, Jew. Head advisor of the World Economic Forum, Yuval Harari, dual citizenship with Israel.
They cut his mic.
Christopher,
You can stop it right there. But the thing is that he lit their ass up, and you saw all the small hatters in the room were trying to, oh, he's out of order, and this is Michael, please, and yeah, that's derogatory. And then Jennifer was like, how's this derogatory?
Y'all call yourself Jew.
You are a Jew, right? There's nothing wrong. He didn't say anything bad about anything Jew. He just pointed out the fact that these people on this list happen to be Jews, and it's not just the CDC. You got APAC, you got the ADL, you got what's the other one? The BlackRock. What's the other one?
Vanguard.
No, the UC. You got JDL too. I mean, why is it that this particular group of people has so many agencies in America? They have dual citizenship, and they dictate. They have lobbying and they dictate policy of things that are happening in America to American citizens, but they have dual citizenships and they're well, it's not really their home country, but it's a country where they're from. It comes first.
That's right.
Why should Americans stand for that? It's like, where's the German pack? Where's the Russian pack?
Right.
Where's the Chinese pack?
Right.
Why
And you mention this all the time. How can unelected officials have more authority in the WH to the fucking O to the C to the creation of diseases and so forth? Your Dr. Fraud.
And see, like you said, the HWO, CDC, the CDC and things, Center of Disease Creation,
right.
all right, all these other entities, they're unelected officials, but yet they control of world policy. Mm-hmm. So why are you Americans allowing that to happen, entering into foreign treaties? All right, whatever codes and statutes that they come with, all right, cannot supersede or overpower the law of the land.
That's right.
All right, so basically what has happened here, and this is what Americans are waking up to, all right, on a mass scale, is that America is not for Americans anymore. Mm-hmm. America is for big corporations, and the majority of the big corporations are owned and ran by small hatters.
Can I back you up?
Absolutely.
I got two quick ones. This is Job 5:12. He disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. If it wasn't for the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, all you and your secret shits, a lot of this information wouldn't come out. But now the whistleblowers got whistleblowers blowing on the whistleblowers. Everybody telling on each other.
Witchcraft.
Right? The Lord said, He
Yeah.
He caused their tongue to fall upon themselves.
John Ritter tearing their ass up.
Yes.
The
Yes,
former Marine,
Mhm.
UN weapons inspector.
Mhm.
I believe they're gonna kill him. I think they about to unalive John Ritter. He going too hard on Amalek.
This
Yeah.
is 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan shall get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. All of this is the devices of Esau Edom. His rhetoric, his codes, his maritime bullshit versus the laws and the technology and The narrative, Esau knows what the fuck he's doing, but the Most High is disappointing his devices. He's exposing these devices. He's making him bare. Now Esau, Edom is looking like, well, this is not fair to me. You know what I'm saying? The scripture, he that is evil to himself. Now you're fucking up your own.
Yeah.
Now they're telling on you.
And now it's becoming common argument with Americans now. And I was saying this way back in 2005, and I spoke on it a few times, you know, in lessons. But the fraud with the, you know, so not only the fraud with Title 4D, but you got fraud with the IRS and the Federal Reserve. And that fraud being that, you know, they're all these officials and former IRS and Federal Reserve employees that were high ups all coming out telling you that there's no law that says you have to pay taxes on income.
Right.
All right. And look, we're not, and I knew this. I mean, I got into lost some clients behind this. The damn argument got so heated. Back in Fitness Image on Wabash, where my dojo used to be. Because one of the ladies there, her husband was a tax guy. So she trying to go back and forth with me, and I told her what your husband's doing is illegal. He's making money he's making money off people illegally. Because the fact of the matter is, that's why wages is in parentheses and anything. This is something you can look up for yourself, and there's plenty of people that are reputable people that are speaking about it now. So you can go do your own research. But anything within parentheses don't exist, and that's why they put wages inside of parentheses. All right, wages and income are not the same thing.
That's right, brother.
All right, wages is what you get paid for the day. See, somebody grab the scripture that you're supposed to get paid at the end of the day. All right, with gold or silver. All right, if they actually paid you everyone at the end of the day, it would actually make people's lives a lot easier. All right, because you wouldn't have to wait, you know, 2-3 weeks or whatever for a big long sum of money. You always have a little something to get you by and get you going. You know.
I got it.
Go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Deuteronomy 24 and 14. Thou shalt not oppress a hired servant that is poor and needy, whether he be of thy brethren or of the strangers that are within thy land, or of thy strangers that are in thy land within thy gates. At his day you shall give him his hire, neither shall the sun go down upon it, for he is poor, and setteth his heart upon it, lest he cry against thee unto Yahweh, and be sin unto thee.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you're supposed to get paid.
There it is, man. That's the law in the Bible. And these people, you know, I don't know if many of you are aware, but the so-called Constitution, all right, was written based upon biblical principles, all right. And the sad thing is that it's actually a pretty solid document if they actually followed it, if they actually applied what it said, because it sounds good on paper.
And they amended it 1,000 times.
Exactly, especially when it comes to people of color. You know, and you got to remember when the Constitution was written. You know, Jake was in slavery, the Southern Kingdom, and as well the Northern Kingdom too, for that matter. And the Northern Kingdom was also considered savages and not citizens. All right, because they were getting their land stolen, all right, and taken as the Constitution was being written and put into place.
Was the Star Spangled Banner say no refuge for the hireling and the slave?
Exactly.
So during the time of their so-called independence, they were looking at Jake, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native. Oh, there's no place for you hirelings and you slaves.
Yeah, they leave out that third verse, don't they?
You was counted as 3/5 of. You was counted as 3/5 of a human being.
Because if you just play the melody, you know, you could throw the third verse right in there. All right.
And the fact that he's running these policies like that shows that he's a man of blood. This Sirach 34 and 21. The bread of the needy is their life. He that defraudeth from thereof is a man of blood. And that's Esau Edom, man. He's that thief in John 10. They say, he that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him, and he that defraudeth the laborer of his hire is a bloodshedder, man.
Wow, man. You're a bloodshedder when you're taking a man's way to wages, all right. You take a man's whole income, you know, take his income tax, and you say he owes this and that. He's working and paying taxes, but somehow he still owes. All right? All right, now unless you have a company where you have to actually have earnings is taxable.
Right.
But wages are not. Anyone who punches a clock, if you're a truck driver, if you're a nurse, you know, if you punch a clock, all right, and you check in and then you check out, that's wages. That's not taxable. You already pay taxes on everything. When you pay your water bill, your phone bill, when you buy your groceries, when you pay your gas. And guess what? Before the Federal Reserve came into place, America had roads and railways. All right, it had buses, all that, streets and bridges. And then and every and the money that you take for taxes, it goes to pay the interest on the debt that you this debt-based currency that you've given, man. So the gig is up, and people are talking about it, and they know, since so many people are talking about it. That's another point that the FBI and different entities are talking about is a threat now.
That's right.
That American citizens are ready to rebel against and say, no, we're not paying taxes.
That's why I want to get rid of the internet, because now with TikTok and Instagram and all these social media outlets, you have 1,000,001 people exposing Esau on a level. Hey, this is how you get over this. Hey, when they try to get you on this is what you do. All you got to do, that one lady on TikTok, I got another jewel, I got another secret for you. And they come over to you when they're talking about the child support. You send over there and send this letter and there's so many people just exposing them. So now they're trying to shut that shit down.
I got a scripture real quick. This is Micah 5 and 12. And I will cut off witchcrafts out of thy hand,
Perfect.
and thou shalt know, and thou shalt have no more soothsayers. And a lot of that shit that Esau was doing is actually witchcraft.
Yeah.
It's them setting up, framing it by law, and then subliminally putting it out there and all of that. Hey, that's all a part of his
Getting you to buy into it.
Right, getting you to buy into his witchcraft. And now he been exposed on a level to where now that shit ain't working like that no more. People are starting to see, not only Jake, but the world is starting to see, like, this dude full of shit.
Yep, and that was the whole point, I guess, to back you up. The whole point of the internet, like Ilya writers say, they gonna cut it. It's Daniel 12:4.
Yeah, because the internet is the big pusher of their witchcraft,
Yep.
you know?
It says, but thou, O Daniel, set up the words and sealed the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. Because you got news by the minute now, man.
Man.
Usually you have to wait for a certain time of the day for the news reporter to report things. Now everybody's a goddamn reporter, really, man.
Yeah.
Everybody got a phone, they pulling out, and it's going right to the internet, right there.
People are reporters when they're not even trying.
That's right.
And it's funny, I'm trying to pull up some of these videos and it's controlling the algorithm. All right, and they keep giving me, about people committing fraud with taxes instead of their taxes being fraudulent.
See, that's
So they're controlling,
I got scripture. This is Luke chapter 12, verse 2. It says, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed.
That's right.
Neither hid that shall not be known. And what's happening is that the devil's being exposed. And he's being exposed by the way of the internet, and he's being exposed by the way of the prophets. So what's happening is that this man is trying to he's trying to create damage control. That's why he's throwing out everything is fake news. That's why he's throwing out every year conspiracy theories are crazy, this and the third. That's why he unalives people for inventing things that he could have invented 20, 30 years ago, 40
They
years ago.
had 60 years ago.
Kind of 60 years ago, right? But the Lord is exposing it all now, and he's going to be completely exposed before the Lord blows this place up.
I got scripture to back you up. This is Obadiah 1:6. How are the things that Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up?
See, years ago, people didn't hear about the UCC codes. They didn't hear about, it's illegal to pay taxes. If you heard of things of that would have been in the conspiracy realm and would have been easily shot down. Everybody would look at you like you're crazy. People wouldn't even pursue it.
Hey,
But now everybody's digging.
You mentioned that, and like I said, and they did that. Like I said, there was a TV show years ago called Barney Miller. And then that TV show,
that.
Barney Miller, they was talking about how this guy was talking about the trilateral communion
Yeah, I remember
and
that.
all that other kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
And they used to put laugh tracks behind
Yeah.
this
Message.
to make it sound like he was a fucking lunatic
Yeah.
or that he was crazy. But that trilateral commission and all the other stuff was real shit.
Oh yeah.
Real
Yeah,
shit.
but they made it mockery though.
It made a mockery. Like that's
But
what
that's
you just said.
that's on the left hand side. They'll put something out, but they'll get it out and make the jokes on it, and just like all the movies with UFOs in it. Well, now people don't they see a so-called UFO. 90% of people are like, oh, that's Project Bluebeam. They're not going to give it credence they do things like that to control the narrative.
Right?
Exactly.
And to minimize the truth of what is
Exactly.
Right. Yep.
I got a scripture. It's Ezekiel 28, and 14. It says, "Thou art the anointed cherub that covers, and I have set thee so." Right? So the Lord basically called Esau the anointed angel that covers.
Lies.
This
Lies.
nigga, this his whole MO is to hide shit, to cover shit,
Cover the truth.
cover
He's
the truth.
your father, the devil.
He
He's a liar.
covering these videos. I'm trying to hunt for some of these videos, and he covering the
Oh,
shit.
he like, hell no, nope, not today. You know. So that's his thing, man. But the scriptures say that he has set him so. But hey, for Esau to hide this information, it's really just to prove that we telling the truth even so much more. Hey, just like how
Who got TikTok?
the apostle Tahar went into the terrorist list, and how we like number 6 or some shit. Great Millstone like number 6. You as the most hated, but then at hate groups, but then the Ku Klux Klan is number 44. 40. They in the 40s. Hey, Great Millstone ain't killed nobody. Ain't
Burn nobody,
hurt nobody, ain't
blew up no churches.
Don't have the history of the
Right.
They number 40 something.
The Klan that killed millions, not millions, but hundreds of thousands of Negroes. Great, all that, man.
Yep.
Blew up shit. All right. They didn't even kill small hatters.
They still killing them.
All right.
Took whole towns out.
Okay.
Hey, will you hear about a brother in Great Millstone setting a fire, or a prophet doing some outlandish madness, man?
Harassing people, phone calls.
Right, you know, that shit ain't heard of. It will show you that Esau, that goes back to his witchcraft, trying to control the narrative. But you can't stop the word of the Lord from going out. It's just like the scripture say, the word that that go up should not go out, should not return to me void, but it shall accomplish that whereto I sent it. All right, so regardless of you trying to hide it, the Lord gonna bring that information out. You hiding it is prophecy, and it coming out is prophecy. You know what I'm saying? So you think you're not doing, like the scripture say, you can't do nothing against the truth before it. So you in your trying to hide it, you just showing how much more.
You shining more light on it.
We shining more light on it.
Exactly.
You got Jake that got faith. You got Jake that just got faith off the simple fact. What's the point of hiding it? They gotta be telling the truth because they hiding it. Why y'all taking their videos down? They ain't taking nobody else's videos down. They gotta be saying something, right?
Right.
You know?
Yeah, people aren't as stupid as you think they are. All right. There's a lot of dumbass people.
Oh God.
That being true, but you know, they don't like the fact that people are wising up. All right. There's a spirit of there's a vibration of rebellion against unlawful acts, which are being done by the people in charge.
The whole woke.
You know, and they don't like that.
I got a precept. This is Lamentations 4:21. It says, "Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwelleth in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through into thee. Thou shalt be drunken and make thyself naked," which they telling on themselves, making themselves naked. Through the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, all their lies is being exposed. "The punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thy iniquities, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins," and his sins is being discovered to the whole world. Everybody is finding out that this man is the devil. And he's trying to cover everything up, but ain't nothing being covered up no more. He's sloppy with his work now. He telling he even with his little things where he tried to cover up and try to make more lies. He telling on himself in no video. There's nothing he can do anymore. You know, this devil is naked now, and he's being exposed.
The thighs exposed.
And he gonna get destroyed, man. And how about Shemal Shah about to put these hands on him? That's all.
Did they put that in?
Real quick, Isaiah chapter 19 verse 14, it says, "And the Lord Yahweh hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof." It says, "And they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof."
Every work.
As a drunken man,
Not some,
Every.
All his shit falling apart now.
Hey, Esau, infrastructure.
He can't commit a fraudulent act without it being ousted. You know, if not that day, the very next day.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, they're about to do a movie where they're showing you that they're faking the moon landing in case they didn't make it.
Damn.
So they doing a movie where they're showing you that they made a film in case
They didn't.
right, so that we can show this film, like so that come on, man.
A bag up for the bullshit that we get ready to pour.
Bullshit for the bullshit.
That's why the Lord said he's exposing everything. He's exposing all the wickedness, man. Yeah, you can't be doing wickedness. This is the time of revealing. This is the time of making bare. Esau bullshit,
Yep.
2/3 bullshit. You got it?
No, you
No,
got
go
it.
ahead.
You got it, play.
Go ahead, play.
This is Isaiah 47 and
Never
1.
mind.
The water.
Never mind. This is
Oh,
Jeremiah. It's like it, bro. I got another right. This is Jeremiah 49 and 10. It says, "But I have made Esau bare.
Bare.
I have uncovered his secret places."
See, when you bare, you're naked. You're exposed. So you can have 15 layers of clothes. You don't know somebody concealed and carry. You got a knife or whatever. When you bare, you're from the rooter to the tutor.
Everything's
Exposed.
seen.
Everything's out.
Yeah.
The pudenda.
Bucky naked.
Just like that.
Hey, Con, let me read this real quick. All right, this went up real quick. This is a hot scripture for the subject matter. This is 2 Maccabees 7 and 31. Lambacking off of what Mataj brought out, but it says, "And thou hast been the author of all mischief against the Hebrews, shall not escape the hands of God." All right, and so you're right, man. You've been the author of all, not only against us, but against everyone else.
That's right. And even
all right, you even screwing your own people over there.
Covering
And the matter of fact, the number one whistleblower right now on the planet is Esau. All the Edomites are exposing the shit out of these wicked, cruel, unjust governments and their acts. All right, it's them. I mean, we've been saying it all along, but it's just funny that it seems like the Psalm 64 and 8ers are joining us. You know,
they fell for the narrative too. Bring it
out.
The Edomites, they fell for the same narrative, and they actually believed that shit.
Yeah, it's like the thousands upon thousands upon thousands of Edomites that are coming out saying that yes, we are those people, those Negroes, those Latinos, those natives. They really are the Israelites. Remember that on Van Buren about maybe about 7-8 years back when that French lady walked up, looked at the 12 tribe sign and said she learned that in the 4th grade in France.
That's some shit.
Yeah, she's like, oh wow, I learned that in the 4th grade in France.
That's old.
You know?
Hey,
You thought you knew.
That happened at Bar Rock. That happened at Bar Rock camp one time. Somebody came up and he was a teacher or something. He said, "No, everything they saying is true." And the elites know, and the scholars know.
Even Ham.
People know.
Ham came out. I remember the little Hamite woman that came out, and the elder was going in about the shovel teeth. Yeah, you admit she was like, "No, he's right. He's right. We're not the same. He's right. The teeth. He's right."
Yeah, because Africans
Hamite bitch.
right? Because actual Africans don't have shovel teeth. And it happened twice. We actually had a dentist that was standing on the line.
The one with that.
He was from Italy or something. I think he was a Sicilian.
That nigga had money.
Yeah, he had money, and he told his wife to go ahead on.
Yeah.
And whatnot. Yep. Yeah, he had big money.
Yeah, he was like, because he was a dentist, and he was like, you know what? How did you know that? He said it's true. He said that he'd been a dentist for 30 years, and that Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans were the only people that have those markings in their mouths.
Yeah, because the medical field, they record things like that based off of race.
You have to.
You know, so they do that even to this day. Just recently, some nurses came out talking about how they treat black patients different. They treat Edomites and other heathens. You know, so they still have these same practices to this day. They say our bodies are different. They know that. They release the information. And ultimately,
And that goes into a lot of they have a lot of scientific shit that they do to come attack us, and it just shows the coldness of the Lord. He said, "No, there's no enchantment against the righteous, man." And a lot of the things that if it wasn't for the power of the Lord, no flesh would be saved on so many deeper levels than just breathing and food and the medicine, the shit they spray in the fucking air.
Side note, you know, the spirit that we started off with, Live actually came on and said, "Fuck the nigga woman." Because a lot of these nurses are black women. And this information has been out there. Y'all study this and learn this. And just now it's a few whistleblowers saying this is the secret that they teach y'all.
Yeah.
They say black people, the same shit they've been saying back in the 1800s. Black people have a higher
pain tolerance. So they can take this amount, they got this, so we can get them that. They do a lot of little test runs on you niggas, man. And these black nurses know this, man.
And I'm gonna tell you, man, nurses are some of the most adulterous
Sluts.
and some of the most untrustworthy women.
That's right.
And you know, and guess what? School teachers too, right?
Hey, you know, and it's funny that y'all
As far as
say-
women, because I done dealt with them, I know. And you can also link that right along with policemen and women in uniform, women in the military. All right.
And just women.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey,
Here in Babylon, yeah.
Hey, women are losing, man. Women are losing, and you are going to play a big part in that Civil War too. All right, because a lot of these females, they're gonna be whistleblowers who are trying to go to Esau over their so-called husbands, thinking to get a leg up. Women are treacherous, man. The Lord said, "From the woman becomes the beginning of sin."
And Esau really is pushing that witchcraft of the nigga woman with with Edom, showing you that Eve and
That's his dog.
Eve and the serpent are together.
That's my dog.
I binge watched that show because they kept advertisement, and I noticed that how on the little screen had changed, that little screen that goes across and you got all the little cartoon things in the background. So I'd always look at it and see what I can find, and I kept seeing something about Spiderwick. And so basically, I ended up binge watching the series. It was free, and I watched it over 2 days. I watched the whole thing, and it turns out, and before I knew that the children were tares, I knew they were tares, because you didn't really get to see their father until like the third episode. They actually showed their father in the picture, and I was like,
Knew it.
yeah, because these people, they were off. So and then the nigga woman, she goes and gets with another one, and the dude is he's a whole, what do you call him? He wasn't a troll. No, this dude had demonic. He wasn't even human.
Oh, he was like a wizard.
He was like a
sorcerer.
Something.
Sorcerer is a human.
He wasn't. This dude was. It's not a troll. He was an ogre. He was an ogre, but he had the appearance of an Edomite. And so you just left one Edomite, ripped your family apart and took them down to Michigan, to this old house in this weird ass little town with all these weird people in it, and you uprooted your family to go get it with a damn another Edomite who's a damn ogre who wants to eat everybody. He literally was eating people.
Sounds about right.
All right, so it's full of witchcraft and sacrificing, and Esau, all your witchcraft is gonna fail you, man.
That's right.
All right, all of it's gonna come to naught. Bring it out, brother.
It's a song.
The God got one too.
It's Psalm 6:4-8. It says, "So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. Yep. All that see them shall flee away." You're seeing their tongue fall upon themselves with the various media that they're coming out with. Like the elder said, man, all the predictive programming, the movies and the TV shows they come out with, showing you what their 30-year plan is down the pipeline, bringing up history and things of that nature, on the slide, and brushing past it. I was watching something on my rib like 2 days ago, and it was like a college TV show called Grown.
Oh yeah, I watched that.
And they was talking about getting some strippers. Dickie Simmons' character and the other dude was talking about getting some strippers, right? And they was going to see this one stripper that's like a so-called stripper therapist. And then he said, "Oh, she don't work on Fridays. She don't dance on Fridays."
He's a stripper therapist.
She is.
She is. So she gets therapy to strippers.
No, she's a stripper and she'll give you therapy while she
Basically,
dancing.
stripping is a therapy.
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
It's bugged out. It's bugged out. But the little tidbit in the scene though, because in the scene, she said, how come she don't dance on Friday? He said it's a Sabbath. Like, come on, bro.
Come on, man.
You see, they threw a lie in there, but it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, they kind of did the same thing in this one too, because they actually talked about the day of Pentecost, and this ogre poisoned everybody on the day of Pentecost, and they all fell asleep, and he ate them. So this shit is heavy, man. And what they're showing you is that this society operates on the left-hand side, and that demons and things like that, them evil messengers that the Esau is really dealing with their left-hand side, and these people are walking among you. Some they're school teachers, your doctors or lawyers. When they have them them eyes wide shut meetings. These are the same. These are your news broadcasters and all. They're all involved in this shit.
The back of what you just said and what Benji had said earlier about these nurses, and see, and that's not a coincidence. Years ago, one of the first TV shows that was on mainline TV was called Julia. And Julia was Diane Carroll, and she was a fucking nurse.
Yep.
And you know how
dental hygienist just spoke up about and said Khan on the shovel teeth with Jake.
Right. And so you know how they witchcraft and they TV shows and they movies influence. It was an influx of bitches that wanted to be nurses behind that TV
Beyond
show.
Diane Carroll.
Behind Diane Carroll.
It was programmed. It was set up.
And that was all set up by Edom anyway.
Absolutely, that's
because the women are more docile. They naturally,
and then nurturers.
Nurturers, so they follow after the power. All right, they follow after power, man. They follow after, and they don't come against Esau. Esau can tell them some fucked up shit, and they're like, okay.
Right, yeah, you said it right, right, because they gotta do it to be nurturers. They was nurturers, they would take care of their fucking kids. These nurses have terrible bedside manners. Right, you got nurses like Nurse Ratchet. You know what Nurse Ratchet is?
No.
Oh, you should find out who she is. All right, read the book or watch the Netflix show. She was a damn murderer.
Yes.
All right, and that's a lot of them do that. You got the ones. It's a whole thing. I didn't even know. This shit is crazy. There's a lot of nurses. They feel like they're giving you mercy. They'll kill you off. They'll kill you off. They think they sent by God. They'll be 7-day evangelists, all type of shit. This happens a lot.
They did it to my grandma.
They did it to my dad. My dad came in there and my dad was still popping a 40-year-old and he was in his 70s.
Hey, my grandfather was 84 and had a 44-year-old girl.
You know what I'm saying?
Bring it up.
And the brother
my
said,
aunt was mad because she was like, she's my age.
And they know my,
was like,
right. hey, my sister was mad because my dad's girl was her age. You know what I'm saying? And Pops didn't care. You know what I'm saying? And
you like, shut up, Gal.
And my sister, she didn't care that much, but she, at the same time, because she was all about, Pops. But yeah, these. I remember when he was in the hospital, and it was a male nurse, and every time I came in there to see my dad, when he was good to when he was bad, he was always at the goddamn catheter, putting some motherfucking poison in the shit. You know what I'm saying? And one day he was cool, and moving around talking. Next day, he got the thing that mother can't come out, and all he do is nod.
Well, that's what happened.
And then the next day he was gone. And then they got him on the thing, and I told my brother, I told Yak, and I told the other one, I said, that's not my dad. He ain't in there. They got him this. I said, this is a machine keeping him, like he gone. Cause the day before, remember when we fed him?
Keep the body.
That was his last day when he was alive. Because everything they put in there, everything is money. It's all about business.
It's all about money, man. Especially doing it when that scene thing was going on.
Oh man!
Look, my father went from getting ready to get being an outpatient to not coming home ever again. He was supposed to
that's what they said.
Become an outpatient, and the next day I get the phone call. Like, what the hell you mean? He was talking about letting him go yesterday.
They say he's walking now, and I'm seeing my dad walking the hallways and they're getting better and everything. He didn't have nothing in his mouth or nothing. The very next day his ass was bedridden. The very next day they had him on the machines, and the next day we told him to pull the machine, pull the plug because he's going.
I wish I could remember I was watching it. I discovered that I could
this
tell
about
you
to make
what
me
to look
mad,
at.
man.
That shit is real.
Man.
Yeah, I remember my grandmother before they shut her up, she was screaming and hollering about it. My grandmama, before they hit her, she was like, "Get me out of here!" I remember this shit. I remember this shit like a motherfucker. Cause I went. When kids can go and see their grandparents, she talking to my mama, "Get me out of here! They killed her! They killed her! They put something in her! They killed her!"
She probably woke up and saw the motherfucker next to her.
She said they thought she was asleep, and she wasn't asleep, and she was watching TV. They thought she was asleep. The lady she was sharing the bed with, they didn't know that my grandmama still woke.
She put something. She saw.
And they came in there late night. They hit her with something. They put something in the IV, and she said they came in there. I heard them talking, and they put something in the IV, and she was gone. They killed her. Get me out of here. Then the nurse came up to my mama. My grandmama stopped talking to my mama. Because my granny felt that my mother is the reason why she died. Because my grandmama told me get her out of there. And the nurse told my mama to get her out of there.
Damn.
The nurse came and told my mama, say, look, you need to get her out of there because she talking too much. What they call she warned her. She say, your mother talking too much. You need to get her out of there. I mean, it's 1999. She died 2 days after my birthday. Was that November 21st? I remember this shit like it was yesterday. My granny was the only person I was really close with in that family. So, but they hit her. She came and the next day she couldn't talk. She couldn't talk no more. After she couldn't talk no more, she could nod, like you were saying. She could nod. She could respond like a nod, but she ain't had the strength to talk. But every time everybody came in there, she talked to them. But every time my mama came in there, she wouldn't talk to them. Because she wouldn't talk to her. Because the lady told her to get her the fuck out of there.
Okay.
And she ain't get her out of there. And it was a nurse that told her. They be offing Jake. And that's why Jake don't be like going to hospitals. Because even amongst Israel, it's the same. Hey, like the roaches. Hey, look, roaches check in, they don't check out. Jake go in there, but Jake don't come out. You know?
You still got that scripture, nigga?
Shit, you know?
It's the spirit change.
Hey, all right, this is Job 13:4. All right, and because he put that's the spirit. Somebody put up on the screen, but this is it says but Job 13:4 and it says but ye are forgers of lies.
That's right.
Ye are all physicians of no value.
That's right. No value.
Oh, that ye would altogether hold your peace, and should be your wisdom. Hear now my reasoning and hearken unto the pleading of my lips. When you speak wickedly for God and talk deceitfully for Him, and that's what they do with their policy, man.
Oh yeah.
You know, and with their witchcraft.
If I may, just to back up what this is real quick. Sirach 38:4. Yahweh have created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them.
Well, you know, J.D. Rockefeller came against all that.
That's right.
And then all the people that was doing that, you know, he was calling them quacks or getting them, you know, getting them locked up and getting their licenses, you know, their medical licenses taken away from them. And these people have been healing people for generation after generation after generation. And now, you know, that art is almost lost.
That's right.
You know, because there are certain people, a lot of things that grow that we call weeds and just step over and cut over.
That's
A
right.
lot of that stuff is medicine. It
That's
can
right.
actually heal and fix you.
Yeah, the dog.
Your dandelion.
Yeah.
You're gonna take your dandelion is a superfood. It's a
Yeah,
super
you can
fucking
eat it
food.
and you can
eat
make
it,
tea out of it.
You make a tea out of it, and you can use it for medicinally for problems, medicine. The dandelion is a superfood that people are like, let me get the weed be gone. You know, let me get the weed be gone and put actual poison in my ground.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
personally, I think dandelions are pretty.
They
It's
beautiful.
They look good. I don't
You
get
got green and yellow together. That's
And then they white when they got that and then get the little blowies things that blow up. Get the fuck out of here, man. That's one of the most major beautiful creation by the Heavenly Father.
Yeah, because they look like they got a fro.
Right, that's what I was thinking.
Right.
Yes. You got you got wild lettuce. You got wild lettuce that you walk over. You have onions that you walk over. You got mulberries. You go to Washington Park and you still got mulberry trees out there. All right.
Yeah.
There's a couple right here in this neighborhood.
Yes.
On 102nd.
Yes.
Right near York. It's a whole bunch of mulberry bushes.
Yeah, because
right off Halsted.
The street be stained up and whatnot.
Yes, with the sidewalks.
Right, but you don't see them like you used to.
Right.
They used to be everywhere.
The plantains. You got the plantains that look like a banana, but then you got a herb called a plantain.
So when I was a kid, the ladies in the neighborhood used to make pies out of it.
That's right.
Now, I used to climb it. There was one by my house, and when that was a big old tree, we used to climb and plant that tree.
We had
and eat while we was up there.
That's right. Now check it. Now you know when you go to the park and you got those. It's like the little the vegetation that got like two little antennae that be at the park a lot. That's a plantain. You take that. There's so much nutritional value in a time of Jacob's trouble, in a time where the famine. All right, Jake gonna be sitting up there looking for the hot country girls and a morsel of meat, and they're gonna be walking right past food.
Yeah.
It's a lot of these trees, like I was talking to Yak about yesterday. It was a tree right by his house after we got out the dojo. and it looked like it was leaking. I said, that tree is oversapped. When a tree has so much sap, it's going to leak out. I said, all you got to do is put a little nail, put a little hole, and make a tap, and you put a little container, and you got syrup, but you can also tap water for water. Yeah. And going back to what we said a little bit earlier, you can tap a tree for electricity. Yeah. That Jake is so
Salaki, brother, I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's okay, brother.
But nature has so many things that are beneficial. You know, the Mashapot was breaking down to me how, you know, those cones, those that fall from the pine trees.
That's how you cleanse your water.
You could actually use those to cleanse water. And then he told me about it. He's the first person I ever said. Then I saw a bunch of videos about it. I was like, man,
that's the next verse. Verse 5. Was not the water made sweet with wood? That the virtue thereof might be known. Matter of fact, right now, if there's a short the collapse happens, and they shut the water down, you turn your tap and it's and there's nothing coming out of your tap water. 99% of people are not going to even know what to do with water. If you go to still water, they're going to go drink that water. That's the worst water to fucking drink. They don't know how to get water out of the earth naturally through the spirit of the Lord. Man. Deep enough. Well, you dig deep enough, you can get it, but you can get it out.
You can get it out of trees.
You got multi-resources of water. You can get it out the air. The brother and Flint, Michigan.
The to get the water, it's native water.
That's right. Come on, brother. Cucumbers. They're 95% water. All right.
Yeah. Watermelon.
Right. Watermelon. Watermelon.
All melons.
Right. Right. But the one dude in Michigan, he made the machine that brings and pulls out water from the air. And when Flint was going through that crisis with water,
they kept destroying the damn thing.
Yeah, and they kept shooting it up and sabotaging.
So why is that?
They hit certain components.
Moses West Foundation.
Kind of.
That's the guy from Detroit.
Yes.
He be everywhere.
You got one, brother?
Yeah, I got a precept. This is Sirach, Ecclesiasticus 39 and 21. A man needs not to say, what is this? Wherefore is that? For he hath made all things for their uses. His blessing covered the dry land as a river, and the water it is as a flood. As he have turned the water into saltless, so should the heathens inherit his work. As his ways are planned unto the holy, so are they a stumbling block unto the wicked. For the good are good things created from the beginning, so evil things for sinners. The principal things for the whole use of man life are water, fire, and iron, and salt, flour, wheat.
And now see, half the things he mentioned, we'll start again with the list.
It says the principal things for the whole use of man life are water.
So that's why they corrupt water the most. They got water in bottles now. And for the record, every top of the first of all, the majority of them in plastic, which already contaminates the water. You get thousands and thousands of plastic particles and molecules that go into the water that you drink that forever
goes into your system.
Plastic doesn't biodegrade. It takes thousands and thousands and thousands.
Clog up your arteries.
Yeah.
Clog up your arteries and your veins, give you high blood pressure, all kind of issues.
Estrogen.
And any brothers that drink water, you try to get the water with the blue cap or the black cap. That's the best of the bullshit. Because you get to the white cap or the green cap, all that's processed and dead water, and it's not healthy for you. All right, that's why they manipulate the water, because that's the number one thing we need to exist. Our bodies are over 80-90% water.
That's right.
Go ahead.
It said water, fire, iron, and
iron.
Salt.
You said iron?
Yeah, iron.
Okay.
And salt.
Salt. Now they fucked up the salt. You got the white iodine.
Let's skip over the iron.
You
know over the iron. Yeah. Took away all the iron pans and pots.
True that.
Now got you eating off a fucking spaceship skillet.
DuPont plastic testicle bullshit.
Yeah, I used to call them the whole defense pots.
That's right.
You know
the old cast iron skillets. I got a bunch of them. I still cook one.
And you need the iron actually goes into your food, which goes into your body. Your body needs iron.
And that's why shit kills you.
Absolutely. So Salaki for skipping over iron. Go ahead.
It's a heat regulator, so it helps you with your temperature regulation in your body. So if you ever get a fever, the iron helps regulate that, so it help you with your seizures and things like that.
Mm.
They have something called feveric seizures, and if your body goes over like 104, 105, your body will have a seizure to regulate the temperature in order to get the temperature
Bring it down.
But if you don't have enough iron in your system, that seizure is damn near paramount to happen. But if you have enough iron in your system, you won't have a seizure.
Mm.
You know?
Wow.
Wow.
I
That's
just-
the prophets.
My son was having those seizures during COVID.
Yeah.
Oh damn! It's like,
No worries. You didn't say nothing wrong.
Right.
But my
You
son
say
was having
good
seizures.
COVID. You ain't say had
And my dad just had a seizure 3 days ago. And he doesn't have any iron in the system.
There you go. Hey, go ahead.
Yeah, well, they've taken most of the minerals out, and
That's right.
that's why people are so sick, so many men. And it all goes back to another reason why the people are rebelling, because these topics that we're talking about, even the heathen are complaining about.
That's right.
I mean, the untold videos, so many, where the heathen are complaining about the very same thing that we're
Died to
complaining
kill
about now,
trails.
and all this is going to help lead is going to
The Civil War.
it's going to lead up to the Civil War, which is prophesied to happen,
That's right.
and it's going to turn into a race war, all the above, man.
That's right.
You, the
Class
second
war,
Ezra,
all
second
of
Ezra's
it.
50, because we're gonna finish with close with that. Second Ezra because we know when they finally do decide to go look, because there were what is it, about 2-3 days ago they had blackouts in 3 states. All right, so they're getting
Well,
ready
the
to do
blackouts
this thing,
again.
man. And plus the shortages because of the the interruption on the goods and services.
And they just released the information talking about, oh, China has capability to hit us, so we don't have running water. They can fuck up. What you mean? So how do you know China got this technology, but you don't have the counter to it?
Right.
That's they feeling. They definitely got the counter. That's they main.
No, the thing is that they're very well aware of it because they have the technology.
Right.
China has it, Russia has it, and America has it.
Yeah,
Just
right.
like they all three have the heart.
If it ain't China,
All three have the
Weather modification.
they all have that laser thing that they can fire from
direct interview with
from the
Tungsten.
from the
satellite.
from the satellites. They all have it. All right, they all can aim a tornado or earthquake at you. That's why they're careful about using it, because they already know if they blast China with one, China gonna hit them back.
And the funny thing is, that's in G.I. Joe, in the old cartoons.
G.I. Joe, the
They
movie.
had them talk about, oh, they have weather modification shit. We're gonna make it. We're gonna snow out this place, or we're gonna the bad guy, I forgot Cobra Commander. They're about to go over there and you know what I'm saying? But that was all in there. That's how Esau does. He'll do it in a kids cartoon. Put it in there. And I grew up watching this shit, so I was like, oh, wait a minute, I remember.
Yeah, a lot of them old 1980s,
the G.I. Joe,
1990s X-Men
yeah.
cartoons. They put a lot of stuff that's going on today was in those cartoons.
Oh yeah, but Batman they put Skull and Bones in it.
Yes,
That
they did.
fucking
Owls of
shot,
Court.
pow, boom, fucking.
Yeah,
They
what you got, bro?
Batman was one of them.
Well, I was on the precept, but the spirit passed on. But I was going to make mention to the famine. So basically, with the trucking, the load board's fucked up. So you have a lot of truckers just sitting there. So that means no goods being put to the warehouses.
Okay.
See,
So they contribute to the
Yeah, my
storehouses
job
becoming
was
empty,
fuck.
which goes into Second Ezra, the 6th chapter. You know, the storehouses becoming empty.
go ahead and get it.
So
So you brought it up, get it. And somebody get Second Ezra 9. We gonna get ready to wrap
Why you
anyway.
get that? Can I read this?
Absolutely.
It's Nahum, the 3rd chapter. I'm gonna get straight to the point, verse 12. All thy strongholds shall be like fig trees with the first ripe figs, which of course is talking about his military, but the scripture is manifold. Because America has many strongholds. You know what makes this place great? The democracy, the currency, all right, the fact it's supposed to be looked at, and all the other countries model their societies based off of it, their financial systems based off of it. All this shit is failing though, man. All right, Esau was not doing anything to keep it going. They only actually making it worse, like it
Let
says
it fall
in
apart.
Isaiah 19. They fall in their own vomit, man.
Kind. And it turns out that America really didn't care about the other nations because they only cared about themselves. And as a result of that, the nations are angry, man.
That's right.
Well, they got you. They got you. They paying you to take their trash. Think they care about you? The shit that don't biodegrade, which they can't keep over here, they paying you Chinese motherfuckers to take it to fuck your land up. You think they care about you? When they can make the damn plastic out of corn.
That's right.
Remember Fat Burger that was on 95th? That was one of their things.
Right,
Our plastic is made from corn. Technically, you can eat the damn plastic.
That's right.
So why are you giving us this bullshit that fucks with your junk?
And then glass, which is made out of sand, stare small motherfucking sand, then anything it's the cheapest thing to do is make some glass.
Well, then
Yeah, they stopped making glass bottles. Well, because
all you gotta do is heat the glass. I mean, he's the same.
it was this show. Damn, it's something. Whatever his name is, it's whatever his name is ruins everything. I think Adam ruins everything. Yep, Adam ruins everything. And he was going until when everything came in plastic, you can get a nickel back, 10 cents back to recycle it, and they'll reuse it.
Yep.
But they came in plastic because it was cheaper. And then when all the pollution happened with the plastic, they got an Italian to play an Indian and blame the people for the plastic as if they produced the damn shit. The actual plastic companies was the ones that hired them to make these commercials to blame you for the pollution.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like the cigarette companies are the ones that do the tobacco warning commercials.
Right.
Esau's the master devil, man.
And with that show, Adam ruins everything.
He really ruins
basically,
everything.
it's the love, huh? Oh no, I was gonna say, it goes back to that one scripture: the love of money is the root of all evil. Basically, that whole show was like it all went back to money somehow, some way.
Yeah, he exposed the Edomites. Their tongue really fell on him. He showed a lot of shit. Let me finish this. All that stronghold should be like fig trees with the first ripe figs. If they be shaken, they shall even fall into the mouth of the eater. So this kingdom is right. Everything about this place is through. Whatever you looked at that made America great is military might, it's advanced weaponry. Right. All right, these other nations got the same shit and better. Because the Cold War never ended for these other countries. All right, the U.S. dollar is going out the fucking window. All right, what's the word I'm looking for? When you're proud of your nation, that patriotic spirit, that patriotic spirit is now a cancer.
That's right.
All right, that's why all this division is happening. Because being a patriot is a cancer.
Yes.
Because you got the left that want this bullshit agenda.
You
You got
should
the
be
right.
white. Right, they're mad at us for all the Bible and all that truth and history and shit. Now they mad at the patriots. All that Constitution and shit.
Yeah.
So they mad. So you can't make these devils happy, man.
Because what they don't show when you
know
Google about the IRS thing, about it being illegal, there's been so many cases of Edomites, of course, that's been trying to fight against the damn 16th Amendment, which makes not wages, income legal to tax. Which the whole thing is, wages is not income. There's been a lot of Edomites. They show a lot. IRS website got a lot of cases listed. They got a whole little section talking about this is why it's legal. This case it ain't been challenged. The Supreme Court confirmed this. This courts have confirmed this. And they list cases. There's a lot of fucking cases of Edomites going against them, man. In fact, there's a whole thing. Ohio, wasn't even a state when they ratified it. They weren't supposed to be. There's a whole big thing about it. Right. This shit is not supposed to be in law.
Well,
and there's so many
color
people.
law.
It's just like everything else, just like Title 4D. All right, and like I said, there's been so many individuals who were insiders to come out. And that woman, that video you showed with that black woman, that sister, she was the first person I ever saw. Yeah. And I saw her way back in like 2005, 2006.
Damn.
Speech she was talking about this. All right, and then there's been a whole slew of other former IRS agents and things, and it's them, it's their own insiders that are telling you this. This is all illegal. But go ahead and get that, brother.
2nd Ezra 6:22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And that's pretty much when you see the trucker stop, that means everything else is gonna shut down. But you got what, 2-3 days, if they say.
If that.
But really, with the slow movement, because the cargo shipping ports, that shit is vital. So when you see trucks not moving at the fucking cargo ports, that means shit's really bad. You know, because they depend on them trucks to be loaded and on the road. You know, and then with the regulation, they try to loosen the drive time. They want to add 2 more hours of drive time. Try to give drivers more time to get the product there, get the goods there.
Wow.
Yeah,
so they're trying to add 2 more hours now.
Yeah, they desperate, especially in DC area. With the DMV area.
Well, it pulls Ecclesiastes when it says the grinding should cease until the low, because a lot of these, like you said, a lot of trucking people, and my stepdaughter, dad, he a truck driver, and he ain't getting no business. He got his own business. He ain't getting no money.
Yeah, same thing with my stepson. Damn. He got his own truck. He drives the truck, and he business got. And I told him this a couple years back when he got the truck. Cause he been trying to do that for some years now, and he got a little money from when his grandfather died, and he went and bought a truck,
And I was like, well, well, that's good. I'm glad, you're trying to encourage them to do your own thing. But are you sure you want to do that? Because that business is not, it might be
falling apart.
And now and he's like, damn, man, I should have listened to you. And I was like, yeah, you should listen to me on a lot of things.
Bob Ross
Yeah, ears to hear.
Yeah. Bob Ross got years in it, and his company let him come back in and go back into like a support personnel in the process of, with the ability to be able to bag up because he still can drive a route and this, that, and other.
Right.
But it's the same thing. Yeah, I was just saying, Bob Ross got crazy certifications in that industry. Yeah, he got shit that's dangerous and havoc as well. Hazmat and all that shit.
And he been driving for years, and they treated him like shit. I hate this fucking place, man.
No, you can't duck and dodge the curses. But
Somebody
get that second Ezra 15. We gonna get ready to wrap.
This second Ezra 15 to 14. This second Ezra 15 to 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draw nigh. And one people should stand up and fight against another."
And this is not going to be just black on black, black on white, white on.
It's gonna be a free fall.
It's
Royal Rumble.
It's gonna be a Royal Rumble because you're gonna have the racial aspect in there. You're gonna have the patriot aspect in there.
That's right.
You're gonna have the migrant aspect, the gangbanging aspect. You're gonna have the redneck aspect.
The rich versus
You're
poor
gonna
aspect.
the rich versus poor.
The class
You're gonna have the
wars
class,
and
all that, man. They just gonna have the opportunities to just have we happen to show up to the same place to get the same water supply.
Everybody trying to throw everybody.
Well, I'm kicking in the front door, you kicking in the back door. We coming and we meet in the middle because we both coming after the.
I was here first.
Right.
My
shit. So it's gonna be crazy out there.
Have you seen that the movie World War Z?
Oh yeah.
And the police came running in there, and they were trying to get his Brad Pitt's wife and shit, and she was yelling for the police officer, and he grabbed a baby.
He grabbed the shit out. Yeah, he grabbed. You don't know.
Hey, but see, the Lord said it in the book of Daniel. It's a time unlike any time on ever.
Yeah.
And every time I think of that scripture, I'm like, well, damn, the slave ships and that passage. It's worse than that.
Yeah.
It's worse
than buck breaking, elder.
Yeah, I was about to enter the plantations,
because guess what? That the rape is gonna come back in a big way.
Great.
And it's not just women.
That's right.
It's gonna be
Dude Cat up north just got great by guy.
Dude Cat got dude catted.
That's right.
That word dude means it goes back to doodle. It goes back to fop. And when you look at the etymology, it means a sodomite.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I guess dude.
Don't call me a dude.
No,
Now that I know, yeah. He got it. Yeah, that was like 2 weeks ago. He got his pockets ran and his Bucci ran.
He got his pockets ran.
Yep.
So pockets.
Got that brown pocket ran.
Lord have mercy.
Milwaukee, there's a lot of kidnappings and murderings of these girls and stuff. Like in Milwaukee, they're kidnapping girls and chopping up their bodies.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a black
I
market.
just saw a story where some dude did that. Matter of fact, some Edomite just
did he?
went on a date. Chopped up the nigga
Yeah.
woman and how had spread her body all over the place.
Yeah, all over Milwaukee. This is happening.
Damn.
Yeah, it sounds like a black market.
Yeah, man. Well, go ahead and finish that second answer, man.
It said, and sword. I'm gonna read it again. This second Ezra 15. For the sword and their destruction draw nigh, and one people should stand up and fight against another, with swords in their hand. For there should be sedition amongst men and evading one another. They should not regard their kings nor princes, and the cause of their actions should stand in their power.
Yeah, like in that Civil War, when he said, "What kind of American are you?"
Which one?
So you're gonna have the Patriots versus the ones who it's just gonna be crazy, man.
Yeah.
And they're gonna stand up and fight one against another, and they're not gonna give a damn about their police officers. And guess what? Most police officers are not gonna
don't give a fuck.
Gonna work, and then a lot of these police officers and sheriffs belong to these militias.
Yeah.
So it's and just like most of these sheriffs didn't want to say that they would not enforce all these codes and statutes that's not law. All right.
Which is why they bring the foreigners in.
when they were trying to snatch up people's weapons and stuff.
Right.
They said they're not going to enforce that, man. And the ATF, guess they don't have the manpower to go around and enforce and do all that. So that's right. So they're gonna try to use these foreigners in the military to do it, man. That's what their whole gun control thing was about. Because they were trying to. No, they a lot of guys came over here already prior military, and a lot of especially ones came from South America and from and from Western Asia. They got plenty of experience, more experience than the soldiers here.
Jungle.
It's gonna be the opposite. It's gonna be the opposite.
Red Dawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, it is what it is, and that time is close. And
that's right.
We're the only people that are actually looking forward to it.
That's right.
Right? Well, everyone else is panicking and worrying. We want the Lord to go ahead and get this, because that's the only way to get to the next stage, man.
That's right.
We got to go through that straight narrow gate where it's narrow, only one person can go across, man.
That's right.
You can't have a baby without birth pains, without the pain of birth, man. It has to happen.
And to squeeze into the birth canal.
And the kingdom is coming in very painfully, man, through much suffering.
That's right, and he likened it as a woman in travail. So if a woman who vagina can push out a 13-pound baby, all right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The Lord likens us entering into the kingdom as us going through that very narrow.
That's rough.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if y'all haven't experienced it, or trust me, they let out some blood-curdling.
And babies come in the world crying, and so do their mama.
Yeah.
All right.
I had a quick precept, because we're going to be straight. This is what we want.
Right.
2nd Ezra chapter 2, verse 27. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but you shall be merry and have abundance.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, because John Ritter was throwing a fit on the internet, get mad at the Amalekites for drawing America, and you drawing us into this war. We're all gonna die, my children and my country, and I don't want to die. I don't want my children to die, and I love my country. And I'm like, right? Too bad, so sad. Sucks to be you. All right. Is there some more to that, brother?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
On this 2nd Ezra 15 and 17. A man should desire to go into a city and should not be able. For because of their pride, the city should be troubled, the houses should be destroyed, and man should be afraid, which a lot of destruction is coming to these people.
Yeah, man. So when they destroy your house, man, most people are gonna be in the house when it's getting destroyed, and it's not gonna turn out too well for them.
No, not at
all right. And some of them are gonna actually defend the house, but at what cost?
Yeah.
They done killed your sons, your wife. They was actually able to grab one of your daughters and run off with her. It's And so now you down manpower, down bullets, and now are you gonna survive the next wave?
Nope.
All right. Hey, so if the Lord ain't with you, man.
That's
so
right.
with that, man, we gonna give all praises, all honor, and glory unto
Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Kadosh.
Abba, Babal.
Kwam Yasharala!
We're back.